Coming out first, fighting out of the red corner, standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 235.5 pounds, and making his amateur Muay Thai debut, doing it for the Institute of Mixed Martial Arts. Make some noise for Dung Lee.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming out to the cage right now, we have Dung Lee. This young man is 34 years old. He is standing 6 feet 1 inch tall. He weighed in last night at 235.5 pounds. He has a Muay Thai record of 0-0-0, so this is his Muay Thai debut. He is training out of the Institute of Mixed Martial Arts. What do we know about him, and what do we know about the Institute of Mixed Martial Arts, Joey?
Well, the Institute of Mixed Martial Arts is, I personally train there. So I know
you know a little bit about this
I know
gym.
a little bit,
Okay,
and
okay.
you know, I felt his power. Definitely was in the training camp for sparring. So I know Dung Lee is coming in here prepared. He's done a lot of the training. Even though this is his first fight, he's definitely ready. He's been putting in the work, so I'm excited to see him in action.
Awesome, and I just saw Sepua, the head coach over there, getting him prepared, doing the Vaseline on the face.
Master Sep.
Yeah, Master Sep. That's what you guys call him at the gym, right? All right, let's see what his opponent looks like.
All right, and his opponent will be fighting out of the black corner, standing 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 227.5 pounds, also making his amateur Muay Thai debut. Doing it for Team Link. Let's hear it for Kayne, Iman.
And this is Kayne Iman. This guy is huge, standing at 6'5". He came in weighing at 250. Also, with his debut 0-0.
For Muay Thai,
first Muay Thai fight, representing Team Link. That's Team Link. And he started training in the garage with his father at the age of 8.
Eric Iman, if you guys aren't familiar with that, he's another Utah legend. He's been around the game for a long time. He retired from the game about a year ago after having a good run for his last hurrah.
Yeah, legendary run. I mean, watching the sacrifices his dad made to compete. Recently, he started training over the last 16 months, and he wants to be able to follow in his father's footsteps.
He's off to a good start. I know he had a kickboxing match not too long ago, too, where he just came in and just put on a hell of a performance. Very heavy hands.
Yeah, these guys are massive. So I'm excited.
All right, now this being a Muay Thai fight, they can clench, they can plumb, they can do those things. Now, you notice that they have those pads on their elbows. The reason for that is this is an amateur Muay Thai fight. Elbows are legal. So for the safety of the fighters, they have to wear pads unless they're pro on the elbow so they don't slice their opponent's head too hard or anything like that.
Yeah, and immediately Dung coming out with those leg kicks, but Kayne with some bombs.
Big, heavy hands.
Yeah. Oh, there goes the clinch work. Oh!
And that's not going to be a knockdown. That's just going to be a stand up and reset because it was on the breakaway. But great knees by Dung on that one.
Yeah, he definitely took advantage of that clinch. And these guys are sparing no time.
Ooh, nice left by Dung. Now, is Dung naturally a southpaw, or is he just able to switch stances?
He is able to switch hands from what I've seen and felt. And so both of those hands have power, but Kayne just pushing them off.
Yeah. Well, and you're seeing a lot more of kickboxing as far as technique. You're not seeing a lot of the elbows. One thing that's a big difference with Muay Thai is elbows do count more than a punch.
Yeah.
So if you're landing 6 or 7 elbows, that's going to count for more than landing, 6 or 7 punches if there's no knockdown.
Yeah, and immediately if you see Kayne's side, it's already bruising up. So those kicks
knees,
connecting, yeah.
The kicks and the knees, yeah.
A little combination of both, and both in the clinch right now.
And now, because of no action, that's why you saw Tyler Tomlinson, our referee for this bout, step in and separate them. As long as they're throwing knees or they're doing anything to offensively enforce their game plan, then you can maintain that clinch for as long as you want.
And right now, they're both throwing some heavy hands.
And this is just the first round.
Yeah, they are throwing some heavy hands.
Ooh, and Iman landed some big lefts right there.
Nice knees, both guys.
Iman,
oh,
nice
what
big
a right hand.
Iman.
He stumbled him. He stumbled him.
And this round is about to be
and
over.
Dung staying up on his feet.
Woo! That was,
Yeah.
you know, Dung was able to keep that pressure close to him.
Yeah.
So that Iman wasn't able to land any more big strikes. And you could see Iman trying to get something in there. He just didn't have any mechanics behind it to be able to really enforce anything. That's when I would have loved to see him use those elbows.
Yeah, and I think
in those close quarters.
As the fight progresses, I think they're going to start throwing a lot more of those elbows, and we're seeing a lot of heavy hands right now.
Yeah, no, both of these guys hit really hard, but that last 30 seconds or so was all Iman. Kayne just throwing some big clubs, we'll call them, throwing those big meat hooks at him. Now, over in his corner, you've got his dad, Eric Iman, the silverback gorilla himself, and then the other guy that's kind of in his face and yelling at him, the other coach over there with Team Link, Pedro Sejal. And Pedro Sejal is
legendary as well.
Yeah, you know, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, great hands, well-rounded fighter, and a hell of a coach.
Yeah, for sure. If I'm Sepp in the corner, I'm telling Dung to come out and really push the pace this round.
Yes. Yeah, and use those legs. He was pretty effective with some of those strikes with those legs. Like you were talking about, the bruise on the left hip of Kayne Iman is starting to turn not just purple, but it kind of has an island going on there.
Yeah, you can see it from here, and so I know he feels that. And Kayne immediately going to that right hand.
Yep.
Okay.
Power strike. Loading it up, too.
And it looks like Dung's on his bicycle right now, working the kicks, working the punches.
He was throwing some good leg kicks, but every time that Iman throws that right, it takes away his rhythm.
Yeah.
He kind of has to reset a little bit, but does go back to that bicycle, and he is landing those good leg kicks. I like that inside leg kick.
Ooh. Right hand.
Iman with those big meat hooks.
And right now they are clinching, and it's a battle. It's a battle of the strength right now.
Yeah, no, both of these guys are putting a lot in, a lot of pressure, a lot of strikes.
Oh, Dung with a nice counter there.
Ooh, Dung, a good left. Oh, it's not MMA, Iman. You don't get to follow him to the ground.
Yeah, he was ready to.
But that is going to be a standing 8 count. That one, you know, even though it was, you know, might have looked like Dung was backing up, he backed up and tumbled that way because of that left.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
of the strike. It wasn't, you know, in motion and he stumbled. It was that strike made him stumble. And now Tyler's giving him a warning when they're. I'm going to be quiet.
Yeah.
I like hearing what he's saying.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that the mic picks it up, but he just warned him. He said, don't effing do this again, do that again. You don't chase the opponent down and hit them when they're on the ground. That's MMA. This is Muay Thai. You follow the rules of the fight that you're in.
Yeah, and Kayne immediately going for Dung clinching.
Smart move by Dung.
He's smart.
Again, though, this is where I would love to see Iman using the elbows. This is a Muay Thai fight, not boxing, not kickboxing. Use those elbows.
Yeah. Both of these guys have amazing cardio.
And chins. Both these guys have taken some punishment, especially, honestly, I'm going to say, you know, Lee has taken some big shots in this and the last round, and he's still on his feet.
Yeah,
he's still in this fight, and that's impressive. Even if he's not winning on the cards, he's still in the fight. He's still actively engaging. He's still landing big shots, and he's taking all those big shots that Kayne is landing.
A lot of heart. And this fight is far from over, so you never know what could happen.
I agree completely, but I'm going to say that as of right now, I think Kayne's up. Obviously, because of the knockdown in the second round, he's already up at 10-8 for the second round. I'm not going to say who I think won the first round, but even if Dung Lee won the first round on the cards, it's going to be a 10-9, not a 10-8, because there was no knockdown and there was nothing that was dominant enough of a performance to land a 10-8. So
what I'm seeing is Kayne is imposing his will as the fight goes on.
And it's those big rights and apparently a big left too.
Yeah, for sure. And if I were Kayne and I'm his corner, I'm telling him, keep up the pace.
Yes.
You know, I see that bruise on your side, but it doesn't look like it's affecting him in any way.
No, it hasn't slowed him down at all. It's going to bug him when he lays down tonight.
Yeah, for sure. You'll feel that.
But no, it's not affecting him at all in this fight.
And Dung fixing the elbow pads. Maybe he's going to start throwing some of those elbows you mentioned.
I'd love to see it from either one of these guys because, again, this is a Muay Thai fight, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Use the tools that are available to you. Ooh,
Nice kick there.
Iman back with that right hand.
Yep, and he's taking his time.
Yeah.
He's not rushing in.
He was picking that shot.
Yeah.
Oh! That's going to be a cup shot.
It's going to be a...
So, low blow, right? So that is a foul. Now you go to your neutral corners. You don't get to go into your corner and talk to your coaches. So you're going to the neutral corners. And if you're on the receiving end of a foul, you get up to 5 minutes to recover from that.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Kayne, I'll take all 5 minutes because that was a massive knee.
Well, the downside to taking all 5 minutes, especially in the final round, is that you're also giving your opponent a time and a chance to get their wind back and recuperate some of those fatigue issues that they were having early on. So you don't want to give them a chance to rally if you're good to go. And I don't think that Kayne's too worried about giving him a chance to rally.
Yeah, good thing he's wearing that cup.
Right.
Good thing they wear those cups.
Yeah, there's a reason why we have these minimum safety requirements when you come in getting into any sanctioned fight. Right?
Yeah, for sure. And here we go.
And I don't think that was malicious at all.
No, I think it's just part of the game, part of the fight.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes the knee doesn't go where you're planning on it going.
For sure. And Dung's starting to throw a little bit.
Ooh.
Kayne with the right hand.
Just walking him back with those
walking
rights.
him down. But Dung is tough, man. He's still in there.
That was a beautiful left hook by Dung. That landed good, and it walked Kayne back.
Yeah.
But, Kayne just pushing forward with that right hand so effectively.
And here we go with the clinch. Let's see what they do.
Ooh, nice.
I think he heard you with those elbows.
I think so. He just landed a beautiful one inside that clinch. Even if that's the only elbow he throws, he did that, and I'm happy.
Yeah. You're
Ooh,
good in our
there's
book.
another one.
Oh, and they're starting to trade now. Dung has new life in those legs.
And with Muay Thai, trips are also legal. So you can throw a sweep when you're in that clinch. It's not going to count as a knockdown, but it does show dominance.
Yeah, to your average fight fan, those are things maybe you don't know, right?
Yeah, because in a kickboxing match you can't sweep. That's something that's Muay Thai specific. So throwing those sweeps in, it doesn't count as a knockdown, but it definitely looks good on the judges.
Yeah.
Oh wow, and it gets in your opponent's head.
Yep, and Dung's already got that knot.
Well, look at this. Look at his shin.
And that shin is bleeding.
So I don't know, that first big leg kick that he threw at the beginning of the round, he kind of stumbled backwards after.
Yeah, I wonder if he hit his shin on that one.
I wonder if he just popped some hematoma and now he's got a little bit of blood.
Yeah,
but
what a fight. What a fight.
So the strength of both of these guys, but I'm going to give more credit to the chin of Dung Lee because he took some heavy hits. Heavy hits and kept going all the way to the end. I think I know who won this fight.
Yeah, and this fight could have been over a long time ago.
With a normal chinned man,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But Dung Lee is just.
And here's the sportsmanship.
Yeah, I love seeing that. Like I said, I think I know who won. I'm sure you think you know who won.
Yeah.
Let's take it to the cage and find out who the judges said.
Yeah, for sure.
Blitz TV, we got commentators calling the fights, but all the cool kids are here live in person. Do me a favor, while we're waiting for this, make some noise for the red corner, Dung Lee. And make some noise for the black corner, Kayne Iman. Talk amongst yourselves. Who do you think won? We don't care. I just go with what the referees say. All right, both fighters to the center of the cage, please. Both fighters to the center of the cage. Do me a favor, one more time, make some noise for these warriors. Here are your scores. Dan first with a score of a 26 for Kayne Iman. Stephen Farragher with a score of 116-30 for Dung Lee. Might be a misprint. Nathan Burbank with a score of a 30-26 for Kayne Iman. Your by split decision out of the black corner, Kayne Iman.
All right, and just a correction for that, I was talking to the commission. It was a misprint, so that was a unanimous decision. It was a misprint, so Kayne Iman comes out here and gets a big win in his first Muay Thai fight. Dude, you have hands, man. How are you feeling right now?
I'm fucking tired.
Dude, I'm tired from watching it. Did anything happen in that fight that caught you off guard?
Really, it all started from the weigh-ins. He was in a lot better shape than I thought he was for a first fighter, and fuck, he can kick. But I checked as many of them as I can. I just learned today I could use elbows, so we threw that into the mix, and here we are.
No, I saw the elbows you started throwing in towards the end of the third round in those clinches. I was happy to see it. That's why you got these pads on, right? All right, man. Is there anyone you want to thank tonight?
The late, or good guy, Eric Iman, and Fabio. My team, Mike, I don't know where he's at, but he's sparred with me every day. So, my family, of course. That's about all I got.
Are you going to come back and do this again?
Yeah, a decision is luck, so I got to come back and get another knockout.
All right, man. Well, we can't wait to see you come back and do this again. Everybody give it up for your winner, Kayne Iman!
Again, your winner by unanimous decision. Never hurts to have a silverback in your corner either, so we see you there.